Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to My Hero Academia. This time we're on Season 1, Episode 5, titled What I Can Do For Now. Last time we had the episode of Izuku taking place in taking the entrance examination for the UA school, and going into battle against other NPC kind of villains, and he didn't do so. I mean, he did okay, but not great. He did okay, but not great. He didn't manage to kill any of the actual villains. The one villain he did kill, unarguably the biggest villain, but also undoubtedly worth next to nothing, pretty much. It was the one that was explicitly labeled being the villain worth no points and just serving as an additional kind of barrier. And, seeing it executed in the episode, it's like, well, that's one hell of a barrier. It's the biggest one. It can easily stomp you while you're taking care of the other, actual point-worthy villains, but yeah, he was initially going to run away from that, but then he saw the girl from earlier trapped under some rubble about to be killed by the monster, so he got rescue points. He rescued her from the biggest monster, and he got rescue points for that. And he used All for One. He executed All for One. He did like a super jump and executed like a super powered punch and stuff, and took out that monster. And he blew his load out. He really blew himself out of the match. He overworked his muscles, like he had like one working arm left, and one of the faculty members, the super healing girl, came out and gave him a big kiss and healed him up, saved him months of recovery time, as they pointed out. But yeah, he went home, and then he felt like he failed. But he actually got a video message from All Might himself showing that, he actually did pass other criteria required, and he got, I think it was like 60 rescue points that he got. So he got in. And All Might also revealed that he was joining the faculty team, so he's gonna be there to be able to keep an eye on Izuku, make sure he doesn't do that again, and make sure he actually adjusts well to his powers physically and mentally, and actually, trains himself up to use them. But yeah, it was a cool display of All for One. So I think he's got the super strength somewhat on lockdown. And I think I'm looking forward to seeing the reactions of the other players, like especially that one guy with the glasses. He was like, that kid never even displayed any signs of having a quirk, so how could he possibly have done that? And like, like the rest of us were too busy taking down the monsters and achieving combat points, but this guy, he actually, went ahead and put his own, life on the line to save another girl, and he had no points to begin with, so, there has to be other parameters and stuff, so he thought about it. But yeah, it's going to be fun seeing how he adjusts to UA now that he actually got in, and now that he actually has a quirk too. I want to see Bakugo's reaction to that, like, just him actually wanting to fight Izuku even harder, probably, because he now has a quirk, so it's going to be a more fair fight. Not that it's ever stopped him before, but still, it'll be fun to see. But yeah, it's pretty much all I have from the last one. So we'll go forward seeing how Izuku actually adjusts into superhero school. But yeah, it's going to be fun. But yeah, that is all I have. So episode 5, What I Can Do For Now. Yeah, let's go.
Hi, All Might!
Oh, jeez.
All Might's here. Way to blow my cover.
No, that's the... Oh.
I was just kidding. Nothing to see here. Lame.
I wanted an autograph.
Smooth save. Smooth save.
Congrats on getting in.
Yeah.
With training, your body will hold it better. Then it's yours to command.
Okay, now All Might's here. Yeah.
Look, it really is All Might.
No, wait, where did you come from?
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, Escape the public.
The torch I passed on to you is but a small flame right now.
Smoldering.
In time, it will be kindled until you wield a raging inferno.
Yeah.
The more powerful you become, the more you'll outshine me.
Yeah, All Might is a raging fire, but Izuku's just a smoldering fire.
You're all set?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You didn't just pack action figures, right?
Now I gotta go. I don't want
Yeah, that would be good equipment for a superhero school, though. Showing that you know your lore, you know your stuff.
I'm really proud of you, son.
I'll see you soon.
No, he's growing up. He's going to big places.
The acceptance rate that year was the most promising students in the country are waiting behind this door.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Maybe we're in different places.
It's him.
Yeah, it's Izuku. Sup, guys?
Good morning.
Oh my gosh!
It's her.
Talk to me. She
Yeah.
looks good in that uniform.
Surprise, that punch was amazing!
It really was.
Hi.
I'm supposed to be the first and only student from this crappy school to get into UA, but you had to go and screw that all up.
Bakugo, lay off him.
I want you not to apply.
Like it or not, you can't stop me.
Oh crap! He stood.
That little bastard.
He actually stood up to
Right
him
after I
in some
figured out how he
sense.
got in. Of course.
That's the teacher, and he's in a sleeping bag. And he's got a caparison. Yeah, just out into space. Just out into space. Yeah.
All of you need to
What
know
is
your
it?
maximum capabilities.
No, let's come back down. Okay.
It's the most rational way of figuring out your potential as a pro hero.
705 miles. Jesus. Or meters, I don't know.
5 meters? Are you kidding
Meters,
me?
yeah.
I wanna go!
You have 3 years here to become a hero. You think it's all gonna be games and playtime?
No.
Idiots. Today you'll compete in 8 physical tests to gauge your potential. Whoever comes in last has none and will be expelled immediately.
Oh shit, yeah, it's not all that fun. You gotta actually use it to boost yourself.
Are catastrophic accidents that wipe out whole cities? No. The world is full of unfairness.
That's
It's a
grim.
hero's job to try to combat that unfairness.
That's fair. That's a fair
If you want to be
point.
a pro, you're gonna have to push yourself to the brink. So go beyond. Plus ultra style.
Plus Ultra, huh? I've heard of that before. Plus Ultra. I don't know what it is, but I've heard of it. Yeah. Tenya Ida. Tenya Leader. Oh, damn. He has boosters on his calves.
But speed
Okay.
every test.
Ochaka Uraraka. Zero gravity. Okay.
She can nullify the gravitational pull of anything she touches. But if she uses her power too much, she totally hurls.
Oh, yeah. She vomits rainbows and sparkles.
But you're just not showing
Oh, he's gonna use his boost. Yeah, he's gonna use his belt boost. Yuga.
Quirk, navel laser. That's right, a belly button laser.
A belly button laser. A belly button laser.
Forever.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna flame on. He's just gonna flame on. There we go.
Bakugo. His quirk explosion.
Explosion.
Or no, like whoosh, or maybe kapow, or
Very
oh,
onomatopoeic.
I know, like an egg about to explode in a microwave.
Very specific.
Pretty boring, but okay.
Yeah.
That's the metaphor you want to go with.
The onomatopoeia was
Lower
better.
the
Yeah.
wattage or decrease the cooking time. Whichever one works. Focusing on that image and keeping the egg from exploding, all right?
Yeah. Keep the egg inside, but cook it up. Yeah.
3 weeks until school.
Can you do that? Can you heat up an egg in a microwave?
The faster you'll learn.
540 kilograms? You're such a beast.
Whoa.
Muscle the octopus!
That guy's biceps have biceps. Jesus. Standing long jump. Of course, yeah, No, nothing. Ball throw. Yeah, 0G. She can do 0G. Just, yeah. It just goes out into space. Yeah, it just goes out into space. Yeah. Infinity, yeah. There we go. All for one. All for one. There we go. Oh, Christ. Oh, that was just depressing. That's just depressing.
Someone like you should never be allowed to enroll at this school.
What?
You can look at someone and cancel out their powers.
Oh.
The Eraser Hero.
Oh, damn.
Eraserhead.
Eraserhead?
Were you planning to break your bones again? Counting on someone else to save your useless body?
Oh, damn, he knows. Oh, jeez.
Sorry, Midoriya. With your power, there's no way you can become a hero.
No, he has a he has a chance. He can do this.
Or admit defeat and settle into last place.
Of course he takes
Either
fucking
way.
eye drops. Think about how much power you want to
Kurosawa
use.
was right about what he said.
Ugh.
If I can't control my quirk, there's no way I'll ever become a hero.
Oh, damn. There we go. Okay, use enough of all for one.
I'll focus on what I can do right now.
Yeah, what you can do for now. There we go. Use enough of it. Use enough of all for one. Not all of it. Boom!
It hurts, but not as bad as before.
Oh, just that one finger. Just that one.
Bones again.
Just that one finger.
Counting on someone else.
Okay, tell me that was like a mile out at least. 705 meters. 705 meters. There we go. There we go. That's how you control it. Yeah, just the one finger. The one finger. Yeah.
This kid. I was worried about you, young
Yeah,
man.
you underestimated
You're
him,
doing a great
Hazawa.
job. What the heck, young Midoriya?
Yeah. Thinking tactically, just use that least point of contact. Use that one finger. Yeah. Okay, that's the end. Okay, that's the end of that episode. Okay, so he did good. He did good. Okay, so he did good. Yeah. Yeah, Shota Azawa. I get mean Remus Lupin. Remus Lupin from Harry Potter. I get his. I mean, well, the way he rolled up, the way he actually came in, I got those kind of. He shows up sleeping. He shows up in a sleeping bag, and he looks like a hobo. And you know, he just turns out to be a teacher of quirk stuff. Yeah, he has the power to erase your quirk just by looking at you, and he has goggles. He has goggles, and he doesn't have to wear them. I don't think, because he wasn't wearing them for a lot of the scenes, and nothing happened. But then, as soon as when he's using his quirk, his robes start floating and flying around him, and he can use his robes to tie people up, like we saw to Izuku. So his eyes, with his line of sight, he can literally just erase your quirk and make you a quirkless being. So. Yeah, but he was hardcore. He was hardcore, and I think he was hardcore for a good reason. He made a very good point of the fact that, this school isn't just about learning how to have fun with your quirk and doing all that sort of stuff. It's about actually being able to handle any and all catastrophic events that come your way, because as a superhero, you got to be able to fight that. It's not just about looking good. It's one of the reasons he said, All Might said he hates All Might because the way the media glorifies him and makes him out to be this big guy, and he is unarguably a big guy. He's one of the most famous superheroes, and especially since his most hidden secret is what his quirk is, and his quirk is All for One, which has been passed down from hero to hero, and he was the last one. Izuku is his successor. But yeah, so he hates All Might for that, and he hates the fact that superheroes in that way by the media are glorified for being able to handle anything, when in reality it's that they have to actually work so hard to save the world from all of these events, like he said, all these kind of citywide disasters and tsunamis and all these natural disasters that come your way. You have to be able to stop them effectively, not just stand around posing for pictures and signing autographs and stuff. So yeah, and All Might as well. I think Izuku and All Might joined because he was looking for a successor anyway. The first time he met him, the first time he offered to train him, he did mention that I've been hunting for a successor this entire time. So it's just revealed now that he was going to join UA regardless. He was looking for a successor. He was looking for someone to take on his powers, and I think in this the way that he chose Izuku to be his successor, I think there's some Captain America vibes there, the weakest one, the one without any power, being chosen to be the hero, like Izuku being the one without any quirks, but still knowing the value of a quirk. And it's like Erskine's quote from the movie, the man who's known power all of his life will lose respect for that power, but the one who doesn't have power and never has power, he has compassion and respect for it. He knows the value and the cost of power and stuff. Part of that is paraphrased, but still, you get the point. So I'd like to think that with that, with his decision to choose Izuku, there was some of that influence there as well. He saw Izuku. He saw choosing someone with a quirk. I think it would that mean they get choosing a UA student, someone who already got in with a quirk, and then giving them All for One. Would that mean that they then get a boost to their power, or they get double the quirks? They get their original born quirk and also All for One. I don't know, because then that wouldn't really make much sense to me. But then giving it to someone, but then it makes more sense with Izuku's story, someone who doesn't have a quirk but is still willing to be a hero and still wants to be that person, and has still shown time and time again that he's willing to jump into the line of fire if it means being able to help other people. Character-wise and story-wise, obviously, it goes on saying it makes sense. It makes more sense that way. But yeah, him finding that out kind of took took a hit to his self-esteem, knowing that he had he not met All Might, then All Might would have he definitely would have joined the UA anyway, and he would have just given it away to someone else. God forbid he gave it to Bakugo. That dude, his ego would just blow up like a grenade. But yeah, I mean, but then we saw that flashback as well, like Bakugo being pissed off that he wasn't the one and only student from the school graduating and going into UA. And just accusing Izuku of cheating and stuff like that. And then Izuku actually stood up to him. I mean, he stood up to him to an extent. He still, he was taking his hand off of his chest and he was actually shouting at him, being like, I'm going to get into school, and whether you like it or not, I'm going to be a part of the UA, I'm going to be a hero. But yeah, I think Bakugo, I've heard he gets character development. I'm waiting to see it, because right now he's just pissing me off. I mean, when he's not around, when he's not focused on Izuku, he's focused on borderline killing him. When he's not, he's just focused on being literally the like, not just the best he can be, but better than everyone else. Like, he's proved that with his internal monologues alone. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Izuku, he's also not the first one to take out the biggest villain. They mentioned that right at the beginning. He's not the first one to take out the biggest one, but he is the first one to take it out with with one punch. Other people have actually had to fight it, but he's the first one to actually use his quirk to take it out in one big sucker punch. So yeah. So the quirk assessment was what was in this episode. Them actually taking what is also counts as standard physical tests, like the 50-yard dash and the ball throwing and the grit test and everything, but also just it's still somewhat adapted to show off their quirk. So we have some people. I managed to note some people down, at least the ones they showed. So I think his name is Tenya Leader, or Ten. I'm gonna go back and make sure I actually got the names right. Tenya Leader, I think that's his name. I don't want to get it wrong. Tenya Leader, yeah. So his one, he has super speed. He has literal rocket boosters in the back of his calf, at the back of his legs. So that's why he can run so fast. So that's a cool quirk. Yeah, he has literal just turbo boosters in the back of his legs. That's a interesting quirk. Yeah, and then Chacho Uraraka. So she has that contact thing where she has zero gravity. I think they said she has zero gravity. So she, like, when she was throwing the ball, it literally just floated off and off into space. But if she overuses her power, then she has the same kind of limitation as in terms of her powers, she hers still follows the concept of limitation the same way that Izuku does. If Izuku, if he blows out his power, his body just cripples itself. But if she overuses it, she literally pukes rainbows. So that's cool. And we haven't really seen that same limitation applied to the others. Like, Bakugo, he has power of explosions. It's less fire and more explosions, which I think it makes sense why his body didn't actually turn into a great big fireball. Like, he just pushes himself forward Hadouken style with thingy. Is it even called Hadouken? I don't know. I feel like I just made completely the wrong reference, but you guys get what I mean. Hopefully you get what I mean. But he was pushing himself forward with repeated explosions, and that's why he could take out the robots. He just blows them up from the inside out. So that's his thing. Ochako, yeah, I spelled that wrong. Ochako Uraraka. Yaya Ayuma, he's the belly button laser. Yeah, so his one is actually, it kind of makes sense. It's a belt, but it's also like a belt around his belly button, so it allows him to harness that energy and just blast himself. Technically backward, because he had to turn around to blast it forward, so it can be it can be an offensive, like he can actually shoot belly buttons into the robots, and he can also blast himself backwards using that. So that's cool. And then of course you got Bakugo, whose power is explosions. So yeah, so that is all. That's all the people in this class. So it's like separate classes of 20 people. So fairly equal classes. So those are all of his classmates, and Izuku used his power. He managed to actually, I think, after many minutes of internal kind of monologuing and internal, thinking, he actually managed to control his thing. He finally figured out how to control his quirk and actually just like Wilma said, just focus the power onto the point of his hand that had the least contact with the ball, and then focus All Might into all for one into that one point of contact, and then throw the ball out into space. I think he got like 705 meters on it, so he proved that he can actually do it. So yeah, and I think this development, I think, is, I mean, yeah, it makes sense that they wouldn't start the episode off with him actually being able to control it. I think, you know, he's so, like, he was unable to use it for the most part because he was so afraid of activating it too much and then not being able to turn it down again. But with this one, he actually finally, with one kind of tough love pep talk from Shota, he actually managed to, you know, pull himself back down again and prove Shota wrong. So that was cool. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting seeing how Shota and All Might work together, knowing that I mean, given how they see each other, All Might knowing how Aizawa feels towards him, and given how Aizawa feels towards All Might, I think it's going to be interesting seeing how, like, the differences in their teaching, because I think, I mean, I don't know if like what kind of teaching formula they follow, like if Aizawa is the only teacher that Izuku's class gets, or if they actually swap around to other people, because I mean, I think the more teachers they have, the more fields they can learn from. Like if they have one teacher teaching like battle tactics and whatnot, and then All Might being the one to teach them strength. I mean, well, Aizawa was teaching them strength. He was doing a quirk assessment, seeing what their quirks were and how they could be applied to basic physical capabilities and stuff. So I think it's somewhat matches, but yeah, I think that would probably be like the more logical way to take it. Like, you know, have different teachers who specialize in different fields, actually, you know, teach them different aspects of being a hero. So one being for battle tactics, another one being for, you know, like strength and speed training, and I don't know, another one teaching them ethics or something. I don't know, but I think that would be a better way to do it. And also just give them, you know, multiple points of, you know, perspective, like see how the different heroes prepare in different ways for different battles, and seeing how each one relates to the other. And then just, of course, the interactions between All Might and Aizawa itself should be interesting to see, and seeing how they kind of how they, you know, approach each other and how they approach teaching. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be some fun stuff. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have from this one. So it was fun seeing how each of these quirks are put into play and what the quirks are, and seeing more accurate visuals of how they work. So the next coming episodes should be fun. Let me know what you guys think of this one and what you think might happen down the line. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. So that was My Hero Academia Season 1, Episode 5, titled What I Can Do For Now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment what you thought of this episode and what you think is going to happen next time on My Hero Academia. The Encore reaction will be available on Patreon, so feel free to go check it out. And yeah, that's it. So, I will see you guys next time.